If you've ever been wondering why you're already exhausted before the holiday chaos even officially begins, this episode is going to feel like such a relief. Because here's the truth: you're not tired because you're weak. You're not tired because you're unorganized. You're not tired because you should be able to handle it. You're tired because you've been carrying two full time jobs, 12 invisible roles, and the emotional temperature of your entire family, and no one ever taught you how to protect your own energy in the process. So before we go any further, I want you to exhale, drop your shoulders, give yourself permission to be human, because today we're going to unpack three things: the real reason working moms hit burnout before December even begins, why your leadership style influences how you carry the holiday load, and how to take your energy back without burning everything down or disappointing everyone around you. Let's dive in. Hey mama, welcome to Career Growth for Working Moms. If you're stuck in a job that doesn't fit or burning out trying to do it all, you're in the right place. I'm Shannon, a career coach and fellow working mom. Here, you'll get simple career strategies and strength-based leadership tips to help you grow with clarity and confidence. So grab your coffee or reheat it for the third time, and let's do this. Mama, welcome back to the show. Today we're talking about that heavy, sticky exhaustion that creeps in around this time of year. I'm going to say something that might hit home. Most working moms are more exhausted in the first week of December than they are the week before Christmas. Isn't that wild? Because the exhaustion doesn't come from the holidays themselves. It comes from the mental, emotional, and logistical ramp up to the holidays. The planning, the prepping, the endless list, the expectations, the emotional labor that everyone else assumes just happens magically. Let me tell you a quick story. A few years ago, right around this time, I had one of those I can't do this anymore moments. I was juggling work, deadlines, volunteer commitments, Christmas shopping lists, teacher gifts, holiday parties, meal planning, decorating the house, family photos. And the kicker? I was doing it all while feeling guilty that I wasn't being more present. One night, my husband said, "Just tell me what you need me to do." And I snapped back, "I don't even know what I need. That's the problem." And that's when it hit me. My exhaustion wasn't coming from the tasks, it was coming from holding all the awareness, holding the calendar, holding the emotional anticipation, holding the responsibility to make it magical. And if you're listening to this thinking, "Shannon, that's literally me," then you're in the right place. Because here's the truth: no one ever told us. Holiday burnout is not about the holidays. It's about energy leaks we've been carrying for months. And those leaks show up differently depending on your leadership style. Boss lady in action, you take on too much. Charismatic queen, you pour out too much. Heart-centered guide, you feel too much. Visionary brainiac, you think too much. Each style has its own holiday exhaustion trap, and today we're going to break you out of yours. But before we do that, I want to give you permission to stop blaming yourself. You're not behind, you're not failing, you're not the only one who feels this way. You're a working mom living in a world that demands productivity without acknowledging emotional labor, and you've been running at 120% for 11 straight months. No wonder you're tired. No wonder you're overwhelmed. No wonder you feel like you're already out of steam. But today, you're getting that steam back. Not by doing less, but by learning how to lead yourself differently. All right, let's dive into why this exhaustion hits working moms so hard before December begins and what we can do about it. I call them the 5 hidden energy leaks, the real reason your nervous system is drained before December even truly begins. Let's walk through each one. Energy leak number 1, the mental load of holiday anticipation mode. You know how your computer starts slowing down when you have too many tabs open? That's your brain in December, because you're not just living today. You're mentally living December 1st through January 1st, all at the same time. You're thinking about it: gifts, budgets, events, travel, meals, school programs, outfits, RSVP, cards, cookies, work deadlines, end of year evaluation, holiday magic, family dynamics. And that's just before you've gotten out of the driveway. This is not female overthinking. This is leadership. Unpaid, unacknowledged, and unrelenting, and it drains you before the month even begins, because your brain feels responsible for making sure every moment lands the right way. That's emotional labor, and it burns energy faster than any physical task. Energy leak number 2, carrying invisible expectations. Here's a truth that might sting a little. You are carrying expectations that no one asked you to carry, but you feel guilty putting down. Moms tell themselves, I'm the one who makes the holiday special. If I don't do it, it won't get done. It's on me to make sure everyone's happy. Everyone else gets to enjoy, I need to manage. But here's the twist. Most of these expectations aren't coming from your family. They're coming from comparison, tradition, perfectionism, old stories, social pressure, fear of disappointing people. Invisible expectations are heavy. They steal energy you don't even realize you're giving away. And when you don't question them, they multiply because every year you add one more responsibility to your list until the list owns you. Energy leak number 3 is overcompensating at work. Oh, mama, this one is big. Working moms try to preemptively make up for being less available in December. We work faster, we work longer, we take on extra tasks, we push ourselves harder. Why? Because we don't want anyone thinking we're slacking off during the holidays. And so instead of slowing down, we speed up. I had a client tell me, I feel like I have to earn the right to take time off. No wonder you're tired. You're carrying double the workload, your real workload, and the emotional pressure to prove yourself. But here's the truth. Working more doesn't prevent judgment. It just prevents rest. Energy leak number 4 is holiday emotional management. Let's be real. December brings up all the emotions. Your kids' excitement, your partner's stress, your parents' expectations, your in laws' dynamics, nostalgia, disappointment, guilt, joy, pressure, memories. And it's a lot. And as the emotional center of your family, you absorb unmet expectations, unspoken tension, and unprocessed feelings. Because moms tend to be the emotional thermostat, constantly adjusting the temperature so everyone else stays comfortable. But what happens to you? Your emotional bandwidth, it drains quickly. This is exhaustion that can't be fixed by sleep because it's energetic, not physical. Energy leak number 5 is holiday identity load. This one is sneaky. You're not just being you in December. You're being mom, partner, employee, boss, holiday planner, gift buyer, decorator, traditions keeper, family rep, event coordinator, memory maker, emotional mediator, chef, host, budget manager. You're switching identities 20 times a day. That's cognitive load, and it drains your energy faster than anything else. Your brain never gets to rest because your roles never get to rest. Your exhaustion isn't a time management failure. It's not poor planning. It's the predictable outcome of mental load, emotional labor, seasonal pressure, identity overload, and workplace compensation. When you combine those, any woman would hit a wall. But working moms hit that wall sooner because you're carrying more weight in every category. The beautiful part, now that we've named it, we can change it because what you name, you can navigate. So let's talk about how to reclaim your energy for real in your actual life with your actual responsibilities. Because telling a working mom just rest more is basically telling a fish just swim less. So today we're doing it differently. I'm giving you energy strategy, not fluffy self-care. And I want you to walk through 4 energy shift protectors. Shifts that are simple, sustainable, and feel like instant relief. Energy protector number 1 is the pre-holiday stop doing list. Most moms write a to-do list, but powerful moms, they write a stop doing list. This is the first thing every working mom needs in December. It's 1 page, the 3 categories. You write down, number 1, things I'm no longer responsible for. It could be wrapping gifts perfectly, feeling guilty about gift cards, making every dish from scratch, saying yes because I always do. And number 2, traditions I'm releasing this year. Some examples may be holiday cards, matching pajamas, baking 12 types of cookies, or hosting every event. Traditions are not commandments, they're choices, and you're allowed to choose differently this year. Number 3, emotional burdens that aren't mine. This may look like keeping everyone happy or managing extended family tradition tensions or being the holiday cruise director or the invisible magic maker role. When women write down the list, they cry every time because they finally see where the exhaustion is coming from and they give themselves permission to lay it down. And here's the kicker: you don't have to fix everything, you just have to stop carrying what wasn't yours in the first place. Energy protector number 2 is the 2-task rule. This is the one of the most effective strategies for working moms in December. Every workday, you choose 2 things. Number 1, your highest impact work task, and 2, your highest impact home task. That's it. Everything else becomes bonus points. So why does this work? Because overwhelm isn't caused by the amount you do. It's caused by the amount you feel responsible for. The 2-task rule rewires your brain from I didn't do enough to I did what mattered. At work, it might be one project push or one meeting that matters, or even one decision that moves things forward. At home, it may look like one load of laundry, one conversation with your kids, one intentional moment with your partner, one prepared dinner, or one clutter area cleared. 2 tasks, 2 wins, 2 energy protectors. Everything else, optional. And guess what? Productivity increases because your mind stops spinning. Presence increases because you stop rushing. Peace increases because you stop chasing an impossible standard. Energy protector number 3 is the emotional off-ramp. Here's the truth. Your exhaustion isn't from doing too much. It's from feeling too much. So we need a way to off-ramp emotions instead of letting them accumulate. This is a 90-second practice I teach all my clients. Step 1, name the feeling. I'm overwhelmed. I'm irritated. I'm overstimulated. I'm sad. I'm tired. Naming it equals releasing. Step 2 is validate the feeling. Of course I feel this way. I'm carrying a lot. That's emotional leadership. Step 3, redirect the nervous system. Breathe into your belly, release through your mouth. Do this 3 times. This resets your emotional baseline. This simple practice instantly reduces stress, hormones, lowers emotional temperature, increases clarity, and boosts patience. And here's the kicker: your kids and partner feel that too. Your regulated nervous system regulates the whole house. This is leadership in its purest form. Energy protector number 4 is lead from your style instead of fighting it. This is where your strengths meet your energy. Every leadership style has a holiday exhaustion trap, but also a holiday energy superpower. So let's break each down. Boss lady in action, your energy superpower is focus. Your trap is doing everything. Your shift is choosing the right things. Instead of carrying 20 tasks, fixing everything, handling every detail, use your gift of clarity and say, these 3 things will matter most this month. You're at your best when you focus, not when you overfunction. And here's your anchor thought. I don't have to do everything to make this meaningful. All right, charismatic queen, your energy superpower is connection. Your trap is making everything special. Your shift is making moments meaningful, not everything magical. You don't need to host, plan, impress, or entertain. Your energy rises when you're with people, not performing for people. Your anchor thought might be, my presence is the magic, not my performance. Heart-centered guide, your energy superpower is emotional wisdom. Your trap becomes absorbing everyone's feelings. The shift you get to make is supporting without overcarrying. You're allowed to say, that's hard, but it's not mine. I can love you without fixing this. For you, your anchor thought is, I can care deeply without carrying everything. Visionary brainiac, your energy superpower is perspective. Your trap, over planning. The shift you can make is simplifying. Use your gift to create a simple, peaceful vision for the holiday, nothing more. Your anchor thought is simple can be sacred. Now, here's the magic. When you protect your energy through your leadership style, everything in December gets lighter. You don't become a different mom. You become a more aligned version of the one you already are. And that's the goal. Now that we've talked about how to take your energy back in general, I want to go a little deeper. Because the truth is, not every working mom burns out the same way. We all hit exhaustion differently and we all recover differently. And this is where your leadership style becomes pure gold. So I want you to imagine something with me. Picture the two of us sitting at my kitchen table, coffee mugs, slippers, soft lighting, December energy. And then imagine four other women joining us, not experts, not influencers, just real working moms, each representing a leadership style. And they pull up their chairs and we have a conversation, a real one, the kind where you exhale because someone finally says the thing you've been feeling. First, we have the boss lady in action. She sits down, exhales, and says, Shannon, I'm exhausted. I feel like everything depends on me. Work deadlines, school events, holiday prep, all of it. And if I keep telling myself if I just have to push a little bit harder, I'll catch up. But I never do. And I look at her and say, Of course you're exhausted. You're operating like a one-woman project team at work and at home. You don't burn out because you're weak. You burn out because you're capable. She looks up and her eyes soften because for the first time, someone didn't tell her just to slow down. I'm naming the strength underneath that exhaustion. So I tell her, Your power isn't in doing more. Your power is knowing what actually matters. And then I ask her the question that always brings her clarity. What if you only needed to get 3 things right this month? She pauses. Her shoulders drop. And suddenly the pressure cracks. That's her reset. Now, the charismatic queen, she leans in. She's smiling, but you can tell it's been a week. She says, I want the holidays to feel magical for my kids, for my family, and honestly for me too. But I end up overcommitting and then resenting it. So I tell her, your gift is that you create connection without even trying. But somewhere along the way, you believed you had to produce connection. She nods. You don't need a perfect house or the perfect plan. The people in your life aren't looking for holiday magic. They're looking for you. Present, warm, engaged. Then I ask her, what if the most meaningful moments this year were the ones you didn't manufacture? And she smiles, a real one this time. And that's her reset. The heart centered guide sits down quietly and says, I love this season, but I feel everything. My kids' disappointments, my partner's stress, my family's expectations, and I feel guilty if anyone is anything less than happy. I look at her with so much compassion. You aren't overwhelmed because you're sensitive. You're overwhelmed because you're empathetic. And empathy without boundaries is exhaustion. She takes a breath because she's never heard that distinction before. Then I tell her, you can care deeply without carrying everything. And I ask her, what's one emotional burden you can release today, even if it's just for 1 hour? She closes her eyes, and you can see her reclaiming space inside herself. That's her reset. Visionary Brainiac sits down with a notebook. Of course she does, right? She says, Shannon, I'm already planning next year. I'm mapping budgets, schedules, family goals, work goals, and my brain is so full I can't feel the present moment. I nod because I know this woman well. You're not overwhelmed because you're overthinking. You're overwhelmed because you're visionary, and no one ever taught you to slow your brain down long enough to enjoy your life. She laughs because she knows it's true. So I tell her, simple can be sacred. Not everything needs a plan. What if this season wasn't about optimizing, but about experiencing? Then I ask her, what's one thing you can stop perfecting this month? Her whole body relaxes, and that's her reset. Now, Mama, I want you to notice something. Each of these women, each leadership style, each holiday exhaustion pattern wasn't fixed with time management or more effort or more organization. They were helped by clarity, by self awareness, by compassion, by permission to be human. And that's exactly what I want for you. Okay, let's take a deep breath together, a real one. In through your nose, hold it, and let it go. Because you just gave yourself something so many moms never allow themselves, a moment to understand your exhaustion instead of judging it. And that matters. That's leadership, not the corporate kind, not the in charge of a team kind, but the kind that begins with self-awareness. You've just spent the last few minutes doing something incredibly rare for a working mom in December. You've been honest with yourself, you've been compassionate with yourself, and you've opened the doorway to a new way of doing this season. A way that honors your energy, your humanity, and your limits. Now, let's make this real. Let's shift from awareness into embodiment. And we'll do that gently. Nothing overwhelming and nothing heavy. Just 3 grounding steps. Step number 1 is the 60-second energy scan. This is a tiny practice with massive impact. Do this tonight, tomorrow morning, or even right now if you're in a place where you can pause. Ask yourself, what is draining me today? Name one thing. What is supporting me today? Name one thing. What can I release just for today? One task, one expectation, one emotional burden. No planning, no fixing, just clarity. Clarity calms the nervous system. Confusion amplifies overwhelm. This is a 60-second check-in, brings you back to yourself before the season tries to pull you outward. Step number 2, micro ritual for presence. I want to teach you something tiny that you can use anytime this month. Something I use myself, especially during chaotic seasons. When you feel your energy spiraling, when you feel overstimulated, rushed, tapped out, place your hand on your heart and say quietly, I'm here. This moment matters. I don't have to rush. This resets your entire body. It signals safety. It signals presence. It signals enoughness. And sometimes that's exactly what you need. Step 3 is your holiday energy anchor. This last step is powerful. Choose one simple sentence that becomes your guide for December, your anchor when you start feeling stretched thin. Here are a few you can choose from. Simple is enough. I'm allowed to rest before I'm finished. I don't have to carry everything. Presence is more powerful than perfection. My worth is not my doing. Peace is allowed here. Pick the one that hits your heart. Write it in your note apps. Put it in your lock screen. Say it in the mornings. Say it before bed. Say it in the car. This is how you protect your energy, not with grand gestures, but with small, repeated truths. Mama, you deserve a December that doesn't break you. You deserve a December where you get to feel things, joy, connection, rest, instead of running on adrenaline. And you deserve to step into the season as the leader you already are, self-aware, grounded, aligned, and beautifully human. Your energy is not unlimited. Your time is not disposable. Your presence is not replaceable. And you don't need to be superhuman to have a meaningful holiday. You just need to be you, the real you. The soft you, the intuitive you, the woman who's been here listening this whole time and finally giving herself permission to breathe. That's enough. You're enough, and you're doing better than you think. I'm so grateful for you, Mama. Thank you for being here. Thank you for showing up for yourself. Thank you for trusting me with your time and with your heart. We are finishing this year together, calm, clear, and in our power. I'll see you next week. Hey, Working Mama. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. If so, would you take 30 seconds to share it with a friend who's stuck in her career but doesn't want to sacrifice her family to grow? Also, please leave a quick review on Apple Podcasts. It seriously lights me up to know this show is helping you navigate burnout, find clarity, and lead with confidence. All right. Time to shut down my laptop and pretend I'm not hiding from folding that laundry. I'll meet you back here soon for another episode of Career Growth for Working Moms. You've got this.